On today's show, you're going to be able to find Nintendo characters at a theme park near you. We're going to give you the details.
It's a Tomorrow Daily. Yes! You didn't see that. I didn't even tell you I was going to do that, so it's good. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tomorrow Daily.
Greetings, citizens of the internet. Welcome to Tomorrow Daily, the best geek talk show in the universe. I'm Ashley Skelet. Joining me as always, Kill Anonymous. I should have known that was coming, and I didn't. And you caught me off guard.
Spaghetti.
You knocked me right off balance.
Okay, so you're a Nintendo fangirl. I don't even think we
There is no
BS.
bigger Nintendo
We just
fan.
go right into this.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Hit the headlines. All right, we got to talk about Nintendo.
Okay.
Last week, Nintendo and Universal Studios of all places announced a partnership to bring Nintendo franchise characters and attractions to Universal theme parks around the globe.
Finally!
Globe. Obviously, if you've ever been to Universal Studios Orlando, they've got a pretty awesome Harry Potter Wizarding World that you can go visit, and it's pretty great. I have not been, but I've heard it's unbelievable. So here's what they are going to do. So they said they want to bring, quote, immersive experiences, unquote, that'll include major attractions at Universal's theme parks featuring Nintendo games and characters. They have theme parks here in California, right down the street. They have Universal Studios Hollywood, Universal Studios Orlando. They also have Osaka and Singapore. So they have 4 parks.
So it's not just going to be the United States.
No, and I would imagine like a lot of the Nintendo stuff, you might see that in Osaka first, depending on who builds it the quickest.
Oh, come on.
It's in Japan.
All right.
It's Nintendo. So yeah, they did not reveal a whole lot of info, but I found this video from YouTube, on YouTube, from Poke Park, which is apparently, it was a Japanese Pokemon-themed theme park.
You said was?
It was. I don't think it exists anymore. I think they've closed the Poke Park. But the Poke Park, I saw this video and I thought it was hilarious. There's like all sorts of Pokemon-themed rides.
Okay. So beyond the reaction of it's about time that this Nintendo Land exists,
Yes.
or in any shape,
In any shape. We
in
need
any
it.
shape or form.
Yeah.
1 to 10, what is your excitement level on it?
15. At least 15.
Okay. Now what is so exciting about a Nintendo Land park?
So I think
Beyond you being like into Nintendo.
Yeah, I think for me, Universal has a really great opportunity here to not only do, Mario Kart or Legend of Zelda roller coaster, like a themed roller coaster or 2. I think they really have an opportunity to like do Universal Studios Mushroom Kingdom. Like they could do like Harry Potter Wizarding World. They could do Universal Studios Mushroom Kingdom, where you like walk around and there's like little toads. All the cashiers, the restaurants and stuff have little toad hats. Everybody works.
Yep.
They got little toad outfits. They're all toads.
I think we all, in our minds, can already imagine what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Many different rides. I gotta say,
If you need a park designer, call us.
the characters and worlds are so iconic.
They are.
By everyone.
They are.
Like people that don't even play video games. This is like a gigantic
Everybody knows
franchise
Mario.
that needs.
That has never
has
really
needed to exist. Imagine getting to go to like the gift shop and buy a little foam master sword and a Link hat and run around.
I know. Take our money. Just take our money.
It's unbelievable. And maybe they have a new game that comes out and you can play it first there.
Yeah, and of course there's going to be 3DS Street Pass spots.
Oh,
they're going to
boy.
do. They're really going to capitalize, I would imagine, on things like that. So I think I love the idea of being able to go to Universal Studios and play a game that hasn't been released yet. Or you can only play it here. Or
I will say that I was confused at first that it was Universal Studios, and then you said that there's a reason why.
So this is pretty interesting. Right now in Universal Studios Orlando, and I don't know how it is here in Hollywood because they don't have as much space, but in Orlando, they actually have Marvel characters walking around the park, and they also have Marvel attractions. They have restaurants that are Marvel themed. They kind of have a land that's Marvel themed.
Yeah, it's a superhero land.
Yeah, it's a superhero land, but they have actual like Spider-Man and Jonah Jameson. Like they've got characters from the Marvel universe in that area of Universal Studios, but now that Disney owns Marvel, Disney obviously does not want those characters in another theme park. They want them in Disney World. They want them in Disneyland. They don't want them in Universal Studios Orlando.
Because if you don't know, in Florida, Disney World is right here, and then
It's
Universal
right next
Studios
door.
is right here. Yeah, and then when people travel, they're like, well, I'm going to go see the Marvel characters. I'm going
Right.
to go to Universal Studios.
And there's been rumors going around that Disney has wanted to open a Marvel theme park, like its own theme park, sort of like they have, you know, they have like Blizzard Beach, and then they have, you know, all the different Animal Kingdom and like all this stuff. There's been rumors they want to do a superhero themed kind of theme park in Florida, not here. But yeah, I mean, this is a great way for Disney to kind of and Universal to kind of both get out of that agreement while still looking good. So Disney can't really force Universal out of their contracts they held previously.
I believe in you, Universal Studios. I think you'll do a great job. Your Islands of Adventure theme park is my favorite theme park. Your Harry Potter land is unbelievable. So
Yes.
I'm very excited about this. But I think what we want to know from you guys is our hashtag of the day.
Yes, it is TD Nintendo.
It's not TD Nintendo.
It's not.
It is
It
TD
is TD
Nintendo. Okay, I
Nintendo.
thought we decided. Okay, so with all the potential and all the excitement that we get out of this, we want to know what sort of attractions do you expect or would like to see?
Yeah.
We wanted to get out of the way some of the obvious ones. Mario, don't roll
You're
your
not.
eyes.
no, I'm
It's
saying
exciting.
You're not allowed to use Mario Kart. carts, guys.
Let's not go
Too
into this
easy.
with negativity.
It's too easy.
So Mario Kart, that would be fun.
That would be, I mean, the best ever. Right?
Producer Logan, what was one of yours?
Green tube slides.
Yeah, he wants the green
Very
tube
good.
and a slide. So
So I would say that, like maybe a Hyrule roller coaster, like Legend of Zelda
Something,
roller
yeah.
coaster. Okay, like get real creative. Dig deep into the Nintendo catalog.
Stop approaching. You're
Dig
so
deep.
okay.
No,
I see what you're saying.
I
Yeah.
want these great ideas to come, like because there are the obvious choices. The Mario Karts, the roller coasters. Dig
What
deep.
about like a Metroid one where you go into like a ball,
Into a
and you
ball.
roll around and stuff like that?
That would be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool.
I would love that.
There's tons. I'd love to see a Super Smash Brothers one where you it's like a simulation type thing where you dress up as the character and it's like a VR simulation.
I
Because
like
you know
that.
we're gonna go by the time that this thing's made. What, like 5 years from now?
It'll be longer than that, maybe. It might even be longer. It depends on what they're building. It could be, if it's a whole new land, if it's a whole new area, it could be 5 to 10 years. But
So there's your
it could
question.
be a lot sooner.
TD Nintendo. But going off of what I just said, where you simulate that you're
Simulations, yeah.
you simulate where you're Super Smash Brothers. It actually leads into our next story where this is actually happening.
I'm so excited.
All right,
about
you ready
this.
for this? I am so stoked. So whatever virtual reality headset you have right now, it's garbage.
Throw it out. Just
It's
get rid of
stupid
it.
compared to this new thing coming out called Void. Now this is an experience. Imagine like you'd go to a laser tag arena,
Okay.
but this is like 4D. You put on a VR headset and they put you in this room. It's just it's like plain walls, but you basically
you
are
don't know
walking
that.
around inside the world.
Yeah, you don't know
Because
it's
you have a
plain
VR
walls.
headset on. So Void stands for Vision of Infinite Dimension. It is a plan to open a virtual entertainment centers around the globe that uses VR to immerse people in a fully realized location-based game.
Yep,
So
I'm in.
They've already projected so many different types of worlds: haunted castles, dinosaur safaris, futuristic battlefields. I think they have like a Lord of the Rings type thing.
Yeah.
What's really crazy, first of all, they're using their own headset. It's called Rapture. It's got quantum dot, curved OLED display, custom optics, THX headphones, so it's surround sound and
They're
it moves with you.
serious.
Microphone for team chat and sensors for spatial and head tracking, so you actually know where you are.
Yeah, and the game knows where you are, which is awesome.
Yeah, so it's basically a completely fully immersed simulation.
It's like VR
you can
laser
see right
tag.
there, they're simulating rain by actually like dripping
Putting
rain
water
on
on
you.
you? Ugh.
So it's like a full experience. See, there's people looking. Look, you look doofy, but you think you're
but you look like a
a
robot.
robot person. So this is something. Yeah, look, there's all
These like
kinds of
crazy sim, like flight sim things.
yeah, the Void. So they're hoping to bring it all over the world, like open up these little places all over the world.
Okay.
Like these little arenas, and you go in and
I love this little like
and you play it.
plane.
Yeah,
This like little plane lantern.
it's like a horror game.
Nope.
But I am super jazzed about this.
This looks pretty
This is like the next level of an attraction, and I could see this being used in like theme parks and stuff like
It's
that.
like VR LARPing.
Yeah, look at
Pretty
this.
awesome.
You can go with your friends and.
Kill some dragons.
Because right now there's a big thing there's a big thing in Los Angeles and kind of all over the world called escape rooms. And
Yeah.
you go into a room and you guys have to, it's like this
And it's
themed
all
room
set up,
and you have to try and get out. But this is like putting it in a VR world. This is actually doing what we wanted with VR.
Yeah, this is like the point,
everything
right?
we've imagined with VR, and you go and you just play and then you go home.
My only concern is it all sounds too good to be true. And I'm just scared that like it's
Is it not
never
time?
going to live up to my level of hype
Is
in
it
my brain.
not time that this stuff kind of
No,
makes
it's
sense?
absolutely time. I mean,
We've had like VR like actually
VR
accessible as a
and
toy
laser
for
tag
like
and all
90s.
yeah, no, it's great. And I love that they can sort of create a space in which, like in this room, they can basically recycle corridors over and over again and make you look like you're in a completely different spot.
They change
Pretty
it out
awesome.
month by month or whatever.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
new
just like,
games, I mean, you could do licensing stuff. I mean, it would be unreal to be able to do stuff like that.
yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
I think it's pretty easy. I mean, as long as they're making their money back.
To make money, that's the big. I mean, that's the big thing. How much do you think it would
It's
cost?
really weird
to
that
go?
they're not like collaborating with like Oculus to like step that up. Instead, they're using a
their
headset
own
called
proprietary,
Rapture.
yeah,
Seems
their own
like a little bit-
proprietary
little bit of
headset.
work.
Well, curved OLED isn't cheap, and
No.
quantum dot curved OLEDs are not cheap.
This is
screens.
not a cheap thing.
Yeah. So how much would you pay to go on this experience? I'm just curious.
Uh,
Let's say it's an hour-long experience, or let's say even actually no, because they've got to put bodies through the door. They got to get teams through the door. So let's say it's 20 minutes long. How much would you pay?
it wouldn't be 20 minutes.
Half hour.
Let's say an hour.
Okay.
Let's-
I think that's because if you're only putting in like 3 or 4 people in the room at a time, because you won't be by yourself.
Well, I'd assume maybe they'd have like 2 or 3.
or 3 rooms?
So,
Okay.
and I think they'd have to do.
So let's say an hour.
$100.
You pay $100 for an hour.
maybe a little bit more,
I might
depending
pay-
on what the experience was.
I was gonna say it's like the escape rooms. It depends on the quality of the escape room. Like some of them are kind of not as good, and so you pay like $50 for it. But then I think for a really high quality experience, the most I would pay is like $150.
Actually, I do every single experience.
I know
If they
you do.
had it and it was like
Well, you'd have to. I
under
mean, you'd have to check it
$200,
out, yeah.
like I would do every single experience.
Give me a Groupon. I'll buy a
especially,
Groupon.
especially if they give you a video afterwards of like you like
You going around and stuff. Yeah,
and
that'd be
stuff
pretty
like that. This is
Oh,
this
man,
is the next
added
level of
value.
entertainment that I think a lot of us have wanted, and
Yeah.
also has been in books like Ready Player One and stuff like that. So
Yeah, super
very
cool.
cool. Sorry to talk so much about that, but it's amusement park day
I
apparently.
know, it is amusement park day. Well, now we are going to leave the amusement parks, get on a bus, and go on a fields trip. We're going to go on a fields trip. Are you ready to go on a fields trip? It's time for this is going to start the week off, and you're going to feel really good. Aside from the other 2 stories, which are awesome, but this is going to make you feel good about people. So this is not necessarily new technology, but I just love this. Right up front, this is an ad. This is an ad campaign from Huggies, but it helped somebody, and it's pretty touching and adorable. So there's this woman, and she is blind, and she's been blind, I think, since she was 17. She's pregnant with her son, and she's about 20 weeks pregnant, and she is on this video from Huggies Brazil talking about what she imagines what he would look like. And so they took the ultrasound and they sent it over to a 3D printing company, and they made it's called 3D, or actually no, it's not 3D Babies, that's a different company, but they sent it over to a company. They 3D printed the 3D scan of her son's face. And so they're like straight up printing it out. This is like crazy science fiction stuff, which I really love, but they helped her in this way. So they gave her this actual 3D printout, and it says on the bottom in Braille, like, "I'm your son." And so she was able to sort of see him.
Aww.
So like, it reminded me of Daredevil, or you like touch somebody's face and you could see what they look like.
Yeah.
So she got to kind of meet him, which is just adorable and delightful. And like I said, the tech is not brand new. There are actual like straight up companies, regardless of what
They surprised
your deal is.
her.
They totally surprised her. They gave her this beautiful little image of his son. Like, look at how great that is. And she was just so thrilled to get this. And like I said, I mean, it's an ad campaign, but I still love that they did something really nice for this lady, because otherwise she wouldn't get to see him. Like, it's delightful. So she got to see him before he was even born, which is fantastic. And hopefully maybe they'll do another one after he's born.
Aw,
So she'll
that's
be able to
so
sort of have
sweet.
pictures of
I
him.
don't even like babies, and that's
It's-
so adorable.
It's like 3D printing is giving people a way to sort of see pictures. Like she'll be
Oh,
able
she can fist bump him. He's got his little fist.
She's got his little fist up. But
That's
she
so
like
sweet.
what's cool about this is, you know, people who are vision impaired or, you know, you can't really like pictures don't work. You know, you can't look at a picture, but now with 3D printing, you can have pictures. She can document her kid's life in 3D printing and see what he looks like every year of his life even. She could do it, you know, like it's awesome. Like I love that exists, and I love that they did this for this lady, and I hope they do it for lots more people. Huggies, get on it. Do it for everyone. It's delightful. Anyway, I hope that made you feel really good about humanity, because it did for me. Do you need a tissue? Do we
What?
need to take a break?
No, I already gave all my emotions. I got nothing left.
I doubt that. I think Kayla's gonna have a cry. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back with Back It or Hack It. We got a really good, cool.
Nothing's gonna be couchlit, honestly.
That's probably true. But we're gonna come back. But until then, don't click away because it's Tomorrow Daily. Welcome back to the show. We've returned.
Cool.
Not cool? You don't want to be back? You would continue indefinite break?
Back to the weekend. Let's do it.
Well, it's a Monday, which means we like to take a look at a crowdfunding effort that may or may not come to life, and we do that through Back It or Hack It. Back It or Hack It. All right. So today, you know, I hate it when I see light bulbs and they're screwed into a socket. Like, I get really mad.
Do you?
It is it's terrible. Like, it's very upsetting. But Flight is looking to change that by making levitating induction based bulbs. So this guy has been making, his name's Simon Morris, he's been making levitating stuff for different companies and all sorts of things for a really long time. And now he's decided to combine this sort of magnetic levitation effect with induction. And so he has created Flight, which is a floating, rotating light bulb.
That's amazing.
It's so cool looking. Like, I mean, that's so awesome, you guys. That is so cool.
Explain this.
Explain. Okay, so he, like I said, he's using. Do you remember Aura, the light up Christmas lights that kind of when they went over the ring, the power ring? It uses induction to sort of give it power, or
Yes.
chi charging. Like these are things that you basically get close to it and then it will give it power. So he's decided to use magnets, and there's this base. He was saying it could also be used for things like charging your phone. So you have to plug in the base still. So that's like. You still got to plug that in. It's not just you carry around a little light bulb with you that lights up everywhere you go. You're not Uncle Fester, okay? But this bulb it just sits there, and you center it right onto the magnet, so you set it down, and then it lights up. Pretty great. Pretty simple, but also pretty great.
No science there?
I'm not a scientist.
Fair enough.
And honestly, I don't want to know. I just want to think it's magic.
Okay, so how much then?
Well,
How much is he?
So keep in mind that this is a shatterproof bulb. These are not like regular bulbs that you'd find at a store. They're shatterproof to an extent, I'm sure. You can't like run them over with a truck or something. They're shatterproof bulbs, and the other thing is they're LED. So they're made to look like Edison lights, like incandescent bulbs, but they're actually LED.
Which
So
is
they're
good.
They're great, yeah, which is more energy efficient. Obviously, they'll last longer, which is fantastic because you're gonna be paying a couple dollars for this. You're gonna be paying a lot of money. The retail price they're planning on is $400, $399. But on Kickstarter, it's $249 per flight. $249. They have a little under 2 weeks to go. They've raised almost $500,000. They asked for $80,000.
Jeez.
So a lot of people really like this.
A lot of people want a levitating light bulb.
A lot of hipsters out there.
This seems so hipster, is what I was
It
gonna
is
say.
very hip.
I want this, but I'm come on.
Do you know where I see this? Less in homes and more in like coffee shops, and buying like a pack of like 5 of them and putting them across like a bar or something. Like that's where I see these.
Like a
being
hotel.
used. Yeah. Like at the Standard or something, like a fancy hotel. I sort of see it being used like that. But I would
Yeah,
like to
because
see
to
this
own
guy.
one, it does seem very hipster.
It does, yeah. But to have like 5 or 6 of them along like a bar or a table or something that you could go sit at, like that would be cool. But it definitely is.
Well, again, the great thing is we can say whatever we want about this because it's already
It's
happening.
getting made. Yeah, this is happening.
I don't have to back it. It's already backed.
Well, but I mean, would you?
No.
No.
That's way too much money.
Way too much. Okay.
Yeah, I could buy an Oculus Rift headset
You don't
instead
know
of
that.
this.
You don't know that. You don't know the price.
If it's over $300, people aren't going to buy that.
It might be though. Maybe it's $349. Maybe it's about the same
Yeah,
price.
Maybe. Actually, we don't know enough about it
We
yet.
don't know we don't know a lot about
But
Oculus.
the dev build was like $200, $300.
I think it's $349. I think it's $350. So, and that's the
You-
dev.
You,
that's the
could
dev
go to
kit,
a magic.
so.
You can go to any magical world instead of having a little light bulb on your.
If money were no object,
If money were no
I would
object,
absolutely buy a bunch of these.
yeah, I'd buy everything in this room.
But for that price, I think no. I would not buy one at that price for $400.
Producer Logan,
Not for the price.
Yeah, not for the price.
what is the acceptable price? I'd say maybe 150. Maybe no.
Now, because it's levitating, and it's interesting. I would say the 150 to 199. I feel like is that 169 seems like an appropriate price, but
He
again,
can totally cut. Whoever this is can totally cut the cost down once they start making them.
well,
I'm
that's
sure
kind
like
of what
out
I'm
of the
thinking,
gates expensive.
Is that maybe it sort of the price of it kind of comes down over time, but we'll see. Anyway, flight.
It's not like he has to worry about it. He's got $500,000.
Yeah, FLYTE flight. So that's it for our Back It or Hack It. And now, because we got so much user feedback on Oculus Rift, we're going to do another round of TD Rift and user feedback.
Well, don't get me wrong. I want the light bulb. I
You
want
want
it.
it. It's
I think
cool,
it's super
but
cool.
we
I
just won't
like
pay for it.
strange oddities that
I know.
actually have a
I do
function
too.
in my house. But I
can't pay for
I
it
could
like
buy like
that.
500 oddities of that.
Well, it's like I could buy 2 packs of Hue light bulbs for that, and I
Yeah.
can control. It's like it's for me. It's like a sort of cost-benefit comparison to
I
like
bet you
other things that
somebody-
are cool.
Yeah, somebody watching right now, because they're all super smart,
They'll DIY it in a
would
week.
be able to just DIY it. They'd be like, yeah, you just use like an apple and a thumbtack. And
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
oh, okay.
Somebody will MacGyver that together. Okay, so we asked you guys last week to tell us if you were in or out on the Oculus Rift. Now that you know you kind of have to wait through a few more headsets.
It's kind of a landslide.
Kind of a landslide. A lot of people said no. I'm just out.
They're
I'm
out of the
done.
Oculus.
I'm not feeling it. What did you see on? Did you see anything on YouTube?
Yeah, I don't think everyone was like, I'm going Vive.
You went Vive.
Yeah, that's what
Tell people to
everybody
go
said.
Vive. Okay.
It seemed like everyone's like, there was either just I'm out, or that's too late, or I love Valve, I'm going Valve.
Fair
but
enough.
we don't know anything yet
We don't know anything.
for about either of the headsets.
So Abdulrahman said, after trying DK2 and feeling seasick, I think I want to try normal gaming, but I want to try Valve VR. Hope it's better than Rift. So he's also Vive.
I think
I keep
Valve's
calling it Vive. Vive. My
Valve's
Spanish
got a-
lessons betray me.
Valve's got a lot of people's fandom already. So
They do. And so Kylie said none. Oculus is the best, but it's owned by Facebook, so no go.
I haven't heard anybody bring that up yet.
I have seen like a small handful of people say, I was into Oculus until Facebook bought it. Now I don't want it because I don't want to give Facebook my money. Like I don't want to support that company.
Weird that it's like the enemy, yet everybody uses it.
I know. Euclid wrote in and said, I'm with Kel on this. I want the Vive. I think I want the Vive.
They already have taken one step further.
I know. It's going to be, oh man,
But
what a
we
battle.
we don't know. Maybe the new Oculus headset does something
It'll
we
blow our
haven't
minds.
said.
I know. Who knows? Who knows? Dan sent us an email and said, hey, TD, yes, there's a big Oculus ecosystem already from all the dev kits, but that big name IP, like Kale says, is vital to bringing mainstream success for VR. As well as the obvious IP they already have, Valve's own Unreal Engine, and that's now free, kind of, you pay percentage on profit, so free to play is free to use, making it a direct competitor to Unity, which the Vive also supports. As owners of both hardware and platform, not to mention the baked-in marketplace, they have the power to make it super easy for developers to build and distribute compatible games, and I can imagine the VR market will tend to spend more than your average mobile gamer. Such a good point. So the incentive will work. The incentive to work on a made-to-measure platform could win over a lot of the developers and become genuinely competitive very quickly. He said, also it's election day here in the UK. which was he got a, this was from last week. It's election day here in the UK, and it occurs to me that inspired by Tomorrow Daily, we should have the Be Good Humans party. Its name is also its manifesto. May the force be with you, Dan.
Wow, Dan.
I like that.
Yeah, Dan's good.
It's such a good point that
they have the built-in. Steam.
Ecosystem right there with Steam. I mean, could you imagine you put on your Vive and there's the Steam store with all of the VR titles right there waiting for you to buy? You just reach out and touch it.
Yeah, it's, Valve has the, Steam, and you have like, let's imagine 2 pipes. It's like, here's the entry point for the Vive, and then here's the entry point for the game. All they're missing is just be like, oh, we just gotta connect those 2.
Yeah, very true.
And that's something Oculus doesn't really have yet. They
Not
have
yet.
no platform
They
per
don't have a
se.
platform, yeah.
They don't really have that many relationships. But again, if they have Facebook has a
great.
relationship with like somebody we don't see
and
coming.
Facebook has a Microsoft advantage with. Remember when Microsoft had the Xbox? When the Xbox first came out, it was kind of a flop. And what they did was probably the exact same thing Facebook is going to do, which is they threw money at developers over and over and over again until the Xbox became successful. And what did they do? They threw money at Halo. They threw money at Bungie. They had, and it was a console exclusive. It is a device exclusive game, and people went crazy for it. And if Facebook can give the right amount of money to the right development team and make an exclusive game for Oculus that is a platform seller, they might be able to win.
As I've said that time and time again.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is Oculus is going to focus on experience, whether it be some sort of
Tours.
app or something, and then Vive is going to focus on gaming. I mean, that's completely obvious that they're going to focus on gaming.
I think you're probably right.
So there's going to be a breakdown, and honestly, I think gamers are more likely to buy a VR headset than maybe that.
Right.
But I keep feeling like I'm defending Oculus, even though I'm totally on Vive's side.
Yeah.
Even though
But
I've
we
spent more
just
time
don't
with Oculus.
know.
It's the only reason I'm trying to make it is because I want to make sure the playing field is all well thought about.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, well, Oculus, too late. Sorry, suckers.
And also, here's the most important thing is that competition in any way, shape, or form, and especially good competition, we all win. We all win in competition world. Like, all of these headsets one-upping each other, trying to be better, only means that we're going to get the best possible stuff when it finally gets to us. So
I think we also want Vive to come out and be a success. It's
Yeah,
kind of
I
an
do.
underdog story.
I want them all to be successful.
Valve hasn't really successfully launched any like hardware.
Yeah.
And then also, it's going up against Facebook and Oculus.
Big hitters,
the monster.
yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. We'll know by E3, maybe a little bit by the end of the summer,
Yeah.
and we'll be able to make our decisions then.
I
But all
still
great
feel- oh, man.
points.
Yeah.
Really good
Salient
points, guys.
Salient, excellent. Okay, really briefly, we have an email from James, but I'm just gonna go over it really quickly. He just mentioned that his answer for Oculus Rift is no, because 1, so expensive, 2, limited content as of the moment, and 3, waiting for second gen Rift. So he was saying he's waiting for second gen, which I think maybe we might see a lot of people do, just like the Apple Watch. People are like, well, I think I'll just wait till the second gen. I'm not ready to jump up.
Well, if you're going to wait for second gen Rift, you're going to be waiting for second gen Vive too.
Yeah, exactly.
And also I think this technically counts as third gen for the Rift.
And we don't know, and the other thing is that we don't really know how long the lives of those devices are going to be. So is it going to be like a
Absolutely.
console where it's like 5 to 10 years, or are we going to be waiting a year? Will they just update it every year? Hardware is updated just like the iPhone or
I'm going to buy a new
Nexus.
headset every year, though.
Yeah, exactly. See, but who knows? I don't know how that'll work. So that was user feedback, which means now that we're done with that, we got to get into our very last piece of user feedback, which is always our phone togger for the day. Going into hour 4 of Tomorrow Daily, I feel like this is a really long.
Feels like it's
show.
only hour 1.
Feels like it's just hour 1. Okay. Errol wrote into us. RL? I'm terrible with names. He sent in these pictures and said, "Hi again, Ashley and Kale. I am Errol from the Philippines, and I'd like to share this photo that I took using my iPhone 4S when I was in Calaguas Island.
God, I hate you so much, RL.
It was beautiful, and the view is breathtaking. I really love your show. Watching Tomorrow Daily is one of my daily routines. Keep it up and keep awesome.
God,
I don't
hate
know
you so much.
I don't know what kind of fruit or tree this is, but it's beautiful, so I took a photo of it. Yeah, I would like to go to there. Can we book our plane tickets right now? Can we just do the show from there, from inside that tree? I feel like I would. This is amazing.
God, or RL.
Let's get in that boat.
RL, I hope you got a sunburn while you were there.
That doesn't even look real.
I hope you drank too many pina coladas and got sick.
So you made yourself sick on pina coladas.
No, but seriously, it looks like a Corona commercial.
It looks
Is it Corona?
fake. It looks like a thing I would see in my Oculus Rift when I put it on and took a tour to Coleguas Island.
Yeah, you should probably make this your
Colegas.
desktop background because it's solid, man.
Seriously.
Way to go.
Wait, can we go back to the fruit tree again? It looks fake. Look at that. It's ridiculous.
I hate you, RL.
Yeah, we don't like you. We love you, but we don't like you because you get to go to places like that. We don't go to places like that. Not ever.
I
we
stay in dirty old Los Angeles.
I was gonna say we go to places like Van Nuys and Silver Lake. These are the fanciful locations Kale and I visit on a regular basis. All right, guys, if you want to send in your photography, you can email us tomorrow at cnet.com. If you hate email, that is okay. We're on social media too. We're Tomorrow Daily on most of the major platforms, so just look for us, but we're not on Snapchat because suck it, Snapchat.
Yep, that includes YouTube, that includes iTunes. Don't forget to follow our personal Twitters.
I am at Ashley Esqueda. Why are you throwing me a bunch of curveballs today? And he's at Kale Anonymous. You usually say I'm at Kale Anonymous. It's not even Tuesday yet, Kale. I mean, the wheels are falling off this week.
You're really, no. Everything's fine. All I did was let you go first.
Very polite.
At Kale Anonymous, if you would like to hear my stupid little opinions.
Yes.
There you go. And then also at Ashley Esqueda.
True. Feel
Have
like
a
you're
great
my
Monday.
stupid little opinions.
Be good humans.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.